Welcome to the latest Motley Fool scoreboard. I'm on in Chocolate Balloon. We've got longtime fools, Travis Hoyam and Matt Frankel, giving a 1 to 10 rating to a top 10 stock in the primary Hidden Gems database. It's Kinsale Capital, ticker symbol KNSL. Rate the strength of Kinsale's business first, including factors like industry and competition. A 10 is invincible, a 1 is hopeless. Travis is at an 8. Matt, you're at a 7.
Yeah, that might surprise people, being that I'm a very outspoken Kinsale bull, but this is the lowest score I'm going to give, spoiler alert. It's a highly profitable insurance company. It has a clear technology advantage over its peers. E&S insurance, which is kind of the fancy way of saying specialty insurance, it's really hard to underwrite well, and Kinsale does it well. They produce great results quarter after quarter. The reason for a 7 is that competition has heated up in the E&S space recently, affecting their business in particular. And growth has moderated as a result. It competes with smaller players as well as giants like Markel, and depending on how the E&S environment is at any given time, that really dictates how the business is doing. So I gave it a 7 because a lot of what happens is really out of its control.
Yeah, I think Matt's critiques are probably right. I just went a step higher because you just look at the financials. I mean, a 30% compound annual growth rate over the past decade. Extremely profitable. You know, what I like about this kind of business is they can kind of pick and choose what they want to do and what they want to charge. That's a pretty good position to be in. So that's why they've been able to maintain the margins that they do. So I like where they're sitting from a strategic perspective, even if they do have a little more competition coming into the space.
For management, a 10 is Warren Buffett, a 1 is Homer Simpson. Travis is at an 8. Matt's at the 9 that we all thought he'd be at.
Yeah, so I mean, I can't think of anybody, even at those big giants, who have more specialty insurance experience than Michael Kehoe, who's the CEO and founder of this business. He started the company in 2009. He is a passionate CEO. A while ago, I actually wrote an article and got a couple of facts wrong when I first started learning about the company, and he personally called me and spoke for half an hour about it. He's very, very passionate. Even after the recent slump, as Travis mentioned, Kinsale's delivered excellent shareholder value and growth throughout his leadership. And he's grown it from zero to a major player in the specialty insurance space. History of shareholder-friendly capital decisions like buybacks, very long-term focused CEO. It close to a 10 for me.
Yeah, I guess I have a really hard time going to 9 or 10, unless I probably personally know these CEOs. So apparently Matt has that kind of relationship. But I think it is hard to argue with what he's done with the company. So you got to go extremely high here. It's just a matter of, is it an 8, a 9? Is it a 10? I'm still pretty high at an 8.
For financials, a 10 is a fortress, a 1 is yikes. Travis is at an 8. Once again, Matt's at a 9.
Yeah, best-in-class profitability, and not just on the underwriting side, it's also on the expense side because of that technology advantage I mentioned. Great margins, solid and very conservative investment portfolio that's been a big driver of earnings growth as interest rates have risen, compared to like 5 years ago. Great balance sheet. There's not a lot to dislike financially about the company.
Yeah, I mentioned the 30% compound annual growth rates. I have a hard time quibbling with the financials. Again, it's just a matter of whether you go 8 or 9. We're pretty high here, obviously, on Kinsale. I think the one challenge is there a big motor on the business? And that's what I kind of struggle with a company like this, is you have to continually, keep getting those customers to come in the door. Competition does become a little bit of a challenge because you don't have something like aggregation or a network effect in quite the way you do in maybe some technology companies that I may score a little bit higher here. But you look back at the financials, and it's hard to argue with what they're doing.
All right, Travis, let's talk valuation then. How well will Kinsale Capital's stock do over the next 5 years, and how safe is it? 10's a sure thing, 1's a lottery ticket.
Yeah, I went 10 to 15%, which is pretty high. The valuation in the mid-teens, 14, 15 times earnings, depending on whether you're looking at trailing or forward basis. That's a pretty good valuation, especially for a company that has this kind of track record of growth. Safety score is where I went a little bit higher with an 8. So I think this is attractive. Not on my watch list yet, but I should probably put it there.
Yeah, I give it a 10 to 15% safety score of 7. Travis is right. It's not a cheap stock at all, even after the decline. It's down about 33% from its 52-week high. Until 2015, it had never had a negative year since it went public. It's a rare discount opportunity. It's down 15% year to date. I mentioned the premium growth has slowed a little bit because of competition, but they're being selective and not chasing growth for growth's sake. But the growth is not a given. Like any insurance business, they have vulnerabilities to things like natural disasters and other catastrophic losses that they can't predict. So that's why I give it a 7 for safety.
Thank you to both Matt and to Travis. They've given Kinsale Capital a strong overall score of 7.9 out of 10. So close to the magic 8.0 that would force me to buy shares. If we could have gotten Matt to go with his heart and go up to an 8 on business instead of 7, we'd be there. No true topics in the specialty insurance space, but Matt does like Progressive in the broader insurance market. Look out for a new scoreboard every market day at 7 p.m. Eastern. Next up is ASML. Till then, Fool on.
No, I could talk for 40 minutes about Kinsale. That's fine.
Okay, let's not do that.
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm not Jason here.